Yep, I deleted everything and now I'm back and making my third introduction video to this channel. So, hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So, yes, I'm starting again for the third time. So, I'm going to explain why and explain who I am. But first of all, you will have noticed that I'm not on camera. I don't feel very presentable. My room doesn't feel very presentable. I moved house back in April, and I mean, I'm all settled in, everything's unpacked, but my room is still unfinished. So I want to get my room looking nice first. Obviously, for me, I say mostly, but entirely for me, but also, so it'll be nice to film in there and it will look good. But also, I don't feel comfortable being on camera right now because um, we are in the constant UK heat wave and it's constantly humid. My hair is just, it's like frying my hair. Um, it's just, at the moment, my hair is permanently messy. I haven't worn makeup in a very long time because it would melt off my face and it just wouldn't feel good to wear right now. So I don't feel very presentable. So I'm doing a voiceover. I hope that's okay. But hopefully, going forward, when we get to autumn, which is obviously, of course, the best season, and when it cools down and hopefully my room will be ready, it should be a lot easier to film and actually be on camera. But until then, I am staying off camera. I only had a very small handful of subscribers. I'm talking 17, 18 of you. I don't know if you're still here. I don't know if you're not. I don't know if some new people are joining. So let's just let's just cover all of it because I've been gone for quite a long time, a few months now. So my name is Magenta Mara, and no, that is not my real name. This is my songwriting alias. So, I am a lyricist. I am based in the UK. I'm late 20s. It's actually my birthday in a couple of weeks. I'm neurodivergent. I'm autistic. I'm maybe ADHD, but don't quote me on that because I'm not going to get a diagnosis for that because it took me 5 years just to get my autism diagnosis. But I am very neurodivergent. um, I am particularly into alternative music, anything under the goth umbrella, so goth, darkwave, post-punk. Um, I also love alternative rock, shoegaze, dream pop, punk. You get the idea. A lot of those sorts of genres and things that are similar. In particular, I like to go for 80s and 90s music. I'd say those are my favorite decades for music. Music's my favorite thing. My second favorite thing is writing. I love writing. I've loved writing for years since I was a kid. I wanted to be an author. And that's something I don't want to do anymore, but that was my big dream for a while. And for kind of personal reasons, it's not my dream anymore. I don't want to get into it, but mainly just because, you find other things you're interested in instead. But I still like to write stories, short stories, poems. I don't share them with anyone. Again, that's personal reasons I won't get into. But yeah, I like to think myself as quite a creative person. So I thought, and I only did this like 2 years ago, but I thought, why not try and combine my two favorite things in the world, music and writing, and try songwriting. So I only do lyrics, at least right now. I only do lyrics because I really struggled with the melody part of it, the melody side of things. I'm not really good at the technical side of music. But I thought I was, pretty good at doing the lyrics. And I love writing. I have written, lyric wise, obviously, I've written over 50 songs. However, they haven't all stayed because recently I decided I wasn't happy with most of them. So I decided to sort through them myself. And I've shortened them down to about 30, which, to be honest, that was a lot more than I was expecting to keep. But I'm quite happy because I honestly thought I'd end up with a small handful of songs. But I mean, to still keep 30 songs out of the original mix, I think is not too bad. What I wanted to do was I wanted to sell my lyrics to any bands or any singers who are struggling to find lyrics for their songs. So I was someone that could write lyrics but struggled with melodies and the actual putting the song together, performing the song thing. And then maybe there's people out there who can do all of that, but they struggle to write the words. So, I was hoping to collab with people that way, and make some money from it while I'm at it, because, that's it's always fun. I got very close to selling one of my songs, and I don't know if I really want to talk about it, but I got in touch with a producer, and they were interested in working with me on one of my songs, which was really cool, and I'm still so grateful for the opportunity. Um, that song is one that I've decided to scrap. I'm not happy with the song, but also what I'm realizing is I was so out of my depth working with other people, and I don't know anything about producing or putting a song together. And I know that was what they were going to do, but I felt like I couldn't really help. Well, not help, but I felt like I couldn't really contribute anything useful. And I kind of I was overthinking it a lot. I decided not to work with them, and that was nothing to do with them. So if that person is listening, I just want to say thank you again for the opportunity, because it meant a lot. Like, for someone to be interested in a song, some lyrics I wrote, that is amazing, and I'm still so grateful. But yeah, I don't think I was ready, and that's completely on me. It's not on them at all. That was around the time I deleted everything, because I didn't know if I wanted to do this anymore. Um, if I got another offer, would I get cold feet and turn that down? And I just didn't know if this was for me. What I used to do was I used to put lyric videos on here of my songs, and I would design lyric videos, and had a lot of fun doing that, because I am a bit of a graphic designer as well. So if you did see the videos, they were completely designed by me. However, and it is worth me mentioning this because of full disclosure, and if I feel like if I didn't mention this at all, I would feel like a liar, and I don't want to lie to anyone. What I did was I used AI to bring my lyrics to life, and I know. Before you say anything, I just want to say that I do not do that anymore, and that is another reason why I deleted everything. I'm just going to be honest, I was completely ignorant to the effects of AI. I'm someone that still to this day, I've never used ChatGPT. I've never used any of these. I don't even know what they're called. I think one's called Claude. I don't know. I've never used any of them. I've never used AI for any other thing other than that. And I thought, well, I'm not passing it off as me singing. I'm kind of more using it as an example to give someone an idea as to how the song could sound, and also as a way for me to make sure the lyrics flow well if someone is singing them. I say someone, it's obviously not a real person. So I thought maybe if I don't use AI for anything else, I can kind of allow myself this one thing, but I didn't understand really the effects of AI on the planet, the environmental damage that it causes. As soon as I did, and I should have done my research a lot sooner, as soon as I did, I stopped. I was like, I'm never doing this again, and I hated myself for having done it before. And I'm really sorry. I can't go back in time, I can't undo it. I can't undo my contribution to that. And I hate myself for that. But what I can do going forward is to not do it again and to find other more ethical ways of putting my lyrics out there and sharing art with people. So the way that I wanted to sell my lyrics was a website called Songbay. It's a website where if you are a songwriter, you can put your songs onto there and people can find you. You can say what kind of genre you want the song to be, and then people can message you and you can, start working together that way. So I got one offer, which I did turn down because of just, I guess, a lot of imposter syndrome that I was feeling, and I'm still feeling it now. I have had a few emails, but the emails didn't really go anywhere, but they were really nice people, just, we were talking about our respective songs, and that was really nice, but it never really went any further than that. But anyway, that was where I was going to sell the songs. I've considered taking my Songbay account down. At this moment in time, I haven't. It is still on there. I've considered it, but I am worried about taking the account down, even if I don't sell my lyrics. I just I just share them, but I don't sell them. The reason is because Songbay offers a copyright service where you can get your lyrics copyrighted. It's really easy to do. And it's been a real reassurance for me. Like every time I put a new song onto there, I can just, and it gets approved, I can go and copyright it. And I had that copyright in the description of my videos, and it just, it was that protection. I am worried about losing that protection because obviously if I remove the account, I don't get that anymore, and then anyone has free reign to steal my songs and not credit me, and I don't get anything for it. So I am worried about that. So I'm not sure what to do, but for now I am going to keep Songbay because it's safer for me. Getting back to how I'm going to do my songs going forward. This moment in time, I have no idea. I don't know how I'm going to post lyrics because I don't just want to post a wall of text because that's boring. I still want to make lyric videos. I want to remake some of my lyric videos, but with no sound, it's going to be a bit weird. But I don't know, I could post them anyway. Another alternative, and this I'm not even sure if I'm going to do, is just an idea I've been considering, is if I just make the songs myself. Now, it's obviously not at all easy to do. Okay, I already said I struggle coming up with melodies, so I would have to find a way to do that. I am wondering if I save my money, if I can get some equipment. And this is even outside of songwriting, I want to do this anyway. Those synthesizer drum pad machines, I don't know what they're called. Seen people playing them. I want one. I really want one. Even if it's not at all related to my songwriting, I just want one because I love synth music. It looks really fun. I would like to give it a go, and I would also like some to find some kind of software program where I can remix songs. I can remix. I don't know. I can record and then remix it myself. It might sound like shit. It probably will, but just to kind of try it out might be an interesting project. So for Christmas, I got a keyboard. I don't think I've actually mentioned that. I got a keyboard for Christmas. I've been practicing almost every day. I'm at a point where I still can't play two-handed. It's still can't do it. I've only been playing a few months, so go easy on me. I can't play two-handed yet, but I know all the chords. I've gotten used to the chords. I can play a specific chord without actually looking at the keyboard. Like I know where everything is. I just can't play two-handed yet. But I'm hoping my practicing with the keyboard can kind of transition me into using the synthesizers, drum pads. I don't know what they're called, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Obviously, it will take a very long time. They're also very expensive, so I'm going to try and save up and see if I can do that. And then get a microphone and record my voice. Because I'm wondering, will it be easier just to do the songs myself? And that way I have complete creative control, and that would be really cool. Now, if this does happen, it might not, because this is all just probably too unrealistic. I want to preface it by saying I do not have a great singing voice. Okay, now everyone says that about themselves, and people say, no, I'm sure you sound great. Trust me, I don't. Okay, I'm not exactly tone deaf, but as you can probably hear, my speaking voice is kind of monotonous, which I feel like is something to do with my autism. My singing voice is not that different from my speaking voice. Okay, I don't have great range. I can't go super high because I just end up losing my voice. I go into head voice and then lose my voice completely. So that's a bit of a problem. Like, I do not have a vocal range. I'm kind of, I guess you could say I'm an alto with that could only do a few notes. As opposed to other altos who sound amazing. I am not one of those. I just, like, I can do a few notes and they sound okay. But because the kind of music I'm into is kind of dark wave, dream pop-esque, I'm wondering if I can just basically put lots of effects on my voice to the point where it doesn't really matter. It's kind of more an expression of my art and putting the songs together than showcasing the vocals that I don't have. Because I'm never going to perform live or anything, so it's not really about me singing. It's about the words and just bringing the words to life. So that's something to consider. Plus, with the way the world is going, with people, constantly wondering if everything is AI, at least you'll be able to tell that my songs aren't, because obviously a song with AI would have an incredible vocalist, incredible vocals, and, can do all kinds of ranges. Mine will not have that. Mine will sound realistic. So there's that at least. At least I will not sound like an AI, which I feel like helps me a little bit. I saw someone recently say they would rather have some art or see some art that looks shit but clearly made by a human than art that looks amazing but clearly made by an AI because, the soul has been taken out of it. And I completely agree with that. And, I contradict myself as someone who did use AI, but I never really liked AI. I just, purely for the reason of hearing what it could sound like. But I agree with that, if you actually use it to pass off as art, it doesn't have a soul. The soul has been removed because the soul comes from the human. The soul comes from the human experience. And that is something that AI can never replicate. So at least if the vocals on my songs sound really weak, at least it's a human. So that's something to consider. Now, obviously, this will cost a lot of money and it will take a long time to learn how to use everything. So if I do end up doing this, I won't be posting these songs for at least a couple of years, I think, maybe longer, depending on how long it takes to learn the equipment and to record the songs. In this new house I've moved to, we kind of have an area which I think would be quite suitable for recording in, but it's obviously still not a recording studio, so it won't sound, the quality won't be incredible, but it could be okay, I think. I don't know. I might be completely delusional here. I don't know if this is going to work, but lately I've not been able to stop thinking about this. The point is, if I do decide to do this, undertake this huge project, it'll take forever. But I'm wondering if I should just give it a go. If I want to just take it into my own hands and see what I can do with it, because I think that'd be fun. I don't really have an idea as to, what my goal is with this. I love writing lyrics, I love writing songs, and it'd just be cool to bring them to life. And that's really the main goal, if not the only goal I have with this. So we'll see what happens with that. As for lyrics themselves, what I can do until then, if it ever does happen, and by the way, it might not, if anyone has any suggestions of ethical ways I can share my lyrics on here, please let me know. Obviously in ways that will make it not completely boring to watch, because I think the lyric videos I made, I feel like were quite immersive and fun to watch. And I want to make those again. But it's just going to be hard with no audio. That's what I'm wondering. So if anyone has a suggestion how I can make it better, please let me know. Because I would like to share them with you. Another reason why I'm wondering if I want to just pursue this myself and try and find a way of doing this completely on my own, is because I originally was someone who didn't care about the genre that my songs could be. Considering I have my own style and image, I'm realizing I actually care a lot more than I thought I did. Because my songs, there was a chance that my songs could be made in genres that I have no connection to, and genres that I don't like. As an example, I mean no disrespect to anyone, but I was getting a lot of messages asking if I would write country songs or if my songs could be made into country songs. No disrespect, I can't stand country music. It's just a personal preference, it's just not for me. It's kind of the opposite of what I'm into. And I originally didn't think I would care, but I think I do care. I think, I would be sad if the songs came out as ones I would not like to listen to in my spare time. I want my songs to be songs that I love. I always said, first and foremost, when I write a song and I write the lyrics, the most important thing is that I love those lyrics. Otherwise, there's no point. And I think the same does apply with the music as well. I need to feel a connection with it, and that's a genre that I don't feel any connection with. So I think I would like to maybe try and do it myself and have that creative control and make the songs that I can hear in my head and try my best to bring them to life. I don't know if that's going to sound any good. I don't even know if this is possible, but I've just been thinking a lot lately, and this is just an idea that I have. If anyone has any better suggestions, please let me know. But like I say, this might never happen, or it could take a few years to do this. I don't know, but I really want to try. Is there anything else to mention? I think that's everything. I'm so sorry this intro video was so long, and it's a little bit weird and rambly. That's just who I am. I'm weird and rambly. But thank you for listening if you've somehow made it this far. Until then, I don't know what kind of videos I'm going to do, but I might do a video talking about my influences, music that I really like, who kind of inspires me, give you an idea as to what I want my music to sound like. So that might be a video idea. I also might do other general music related ones like music tag, or I don't know, just some music recommendations, because I'm always discovering new music. I always love doing that. So I don't know how often I'm going to post, because I don't know if I have that many things to post while I work this all out. But if you can think of a good way where I can show my lyrics without using AI, please let me know, because I'm so sorry for using it, and I never want to use it again. I just want to find a better, more ethical way of doing this. So please let me know if you would like to see that. But anyway, that's it. Thank you for listening. Welcome to the channel. Leave a like, comment, dislike, subscribe, don't subscribe, unsubscribe. Use the hype button. I don't even know what that is or what it does, so if you don't want to, that's fine, because I've not used it myself because I don't know what it's for. Just do share the video, any of the things that YouTube does, interact with this video in any way you like, any way at all, even if it's a dislike, it doesn't matter because it's feedback. And that's everything. So thank you guys. I'll try not to disappear again, and I will hopefully see you in not too long. Bye.